Hey YouTube, there's gonna be a bunch of dual replays of my Fire King matches. Well, since Fire Kings first came into Duel Links, I've been wanting to make a video on it, but I've been, busy with work. And when we finally came time to, look in our hands, I didn't have the hand I was hoping for. I didn't have Island or Onslaught of the Fire Kings, so I went for a normal summon on Brong, hoping he didn't have anything with higher attack points or any moves to go over it, but obviously they're going to. It's Brong, what do you expect? So then on his turn, he summons out the baby Neos, goes at and attacks. And I thought that, okay, 100 damage not to be that bad. After the quick lake spell, Mass Change. By that point, I get a little scared, thinking it's going to be that one that does the multi-attack direct. But to my surprise, he summons out the new one that came out at the time. That light Masked Hero. Lowers attack points like 3,000 damage, is not that bad. As long as I was something to destroy my Garunix next turn, I'm obviously going to win. So we finally ended this turn. I was hoping to draw Yaksha, Island, or anything. So surprisingly, I actually did draw Yaksha. So I normal summoned Yaksha. And I was going to activate Fire Kings, Circle the Fire Kings, target Barong, destroy Yaksha. So when I want to destroy Yaksha, I could push some Garunix. And then I have Barong be destroyed by Garunix next turn on his next standby phase, to activate Barong's effect on my standby phase. I'm going to search, so I can search for anything like Island, Circle, or Onslaught. So that's his turn. He's probably thinking, oh, I got all you do is need to attack and I win, not knowing Garunix's effect. And Garunix comes out and activate his effect, popping the field. I mean, it's a pretty nice effect, but some people underestimate Fire Kings. They think, oh, the deck's not that good. Well, there's plenty of ways to actually win with it. You have Circle for aggressive plays and defensive plays. And then when it came finally to my standby phase, I decided to search on Barong's effect for Island. I activated Island, and I was debating on destroying my Phoenix or Garunix. But in the end I decided to go for Garunix because next turn would be popping this monster. But I did summon, well, fun thing. I did summon Yaksha, activated Circle of the Fire Kings, targeting Yaksha and Barong, destroying Yaksha to special summon Barong. Granted, I do see how this is a misplay, looking back at it. But in the end, I still did win. Because, well, Fire Kings is a pretty good deck. And so then Garunix on his standby phase comes out, destroys the field on Barong. So next time I'm going to search. This guy decides to set 2, thinking that's going to help him. So then when the Phoenix comes out, I'm pretty sure this dude was kind of shocked at the fact that, well, it's going to show his back row. So if his back row card wasn't anything like going to save him, it can't now. But Island does kind of show him up 2 monsters, but that's fine for me because that's something I actually want. I use Barong to search for another Garunix as well. Gonna use Garunix eventually somehow, hoping to draw into like Island or another Yaksha will be fine. So the Garunix effects comes out, popping his monster. Admittedly, it's a pretty good effect because each time he's destroyed by card effect, he's going to get special summoned. And it puts him on the standby phase. And then when it's on summon, every monster except for him gets destroyed, which is pretty darn cool. And if he's destroyed by battle, he just summon another Fire King avatar, not a high avatar, which is probably why this deck isn't that competitive in the TCG. But in Duel Links, I think he's pretty good, very underrated. And then I draw Sphere Mode Karibo. I'm like, okay, if he does try to attack me, just find a way to get over my current plan, I can probably beat him down. He's effect destroying his whole thing, his whole field spell, destroying his face down, which I think is odd mood, putting face down. By this point, he's obviously just stalling. He's got one card in hand. But again, I'm not 100% sure what that card in his hand was, but I'm pretty sure it's nothing that can save him. So the dude activated his skill Fusion Time. I honestly don't need a Fusion Time monster that has attack will become 5,000 so he can attack over my monster. But to my surprise, he just sets 2. So I decided to just activate the skill Beatdown. I know it's a bad skill, but there will be a version 2 deck which you will see a different skill and a different character and a bit of a different deck list. So now it came time for me to duel Agami. I had no idea what he was playing at the time. I was going second, so I thought, what's the worst that can happen? I have a decent hand. I can just set Yaksha and let him attack into it for Guardianix next turn. But honestly, to my surprise, he was playing a deck I used to play a lot myself, Dragon Unity. So I knew by that point, what's the worst that can happen? Because all he did was normal summon and set, which is not the biggest play for Dragon Unity. He should have went to his, Synchro Monster. So I decided to set, let him take the bait. So then in his turn, I was hoping he would go into his Synchro Monster and waste that boost attack on that one defense mode monster. And surprisingly, he does he summons his tuner, and he activated his counter trap. Which I don't remember what does exactly, but oh yeah, he negated his own monster's effect, which is an odd move. Maybe he doesn't know his cards. So he takes his bait, attacks into Yaksha, so then activate Yaksha's effect to destroy my Guardianix. So next turn was most likely going to be an OTK. Then it came to my turn, I drew. I even drew an island, which was amazing, so I can put him into the loop. So I activate Guardianix effect, he gets special summoned. And then activate his effect to blow up his monster. So, then I just summon out Braun, because I can do the search later. Activate Island. Activate Island's effect. Destroying out Yaksha. And then add Guardianix to hand. And Yaksha's effect will activate. And then I destroy Guardianix. It's a pretty cool play in case you have it's a good hand fixture, because in case you're like Island and Yaksha, but none of you don't draw Guardianix, just activate Island. Island's effect, destroy Yaksha. Yaksha will add, Island will add Guardianix to hand, then Yaksha's effect will destroy it. So as you see, that duel ended pretty quickly. An awesome OTK the deck should be playing as, which is amazing. Then it came time for me to duel against Jaden Yuki. Why he's not using Jaden Ubel, I'm not too sure. But I drew my hand, like, okay, that's a pretty cool hand. All he needs to do is summon out a monster and I can activate Onslaught. And if he doesn't do anything, worst case scenario, I can do Island, Yaksha, Guardianix combo. But he sets a card, and then he ends his turn. So I thought, okay, maybe I can draw into Phoenix, but sadly I don't draw into Phoenix to destroy his back row. So I activate Island. Island's effect, destroying Yaksha. Adding Guardianix, you know the drill. Also too, on a strange note, I do have a Discord server. Link should be in the description. So, check out that Discord server if you feel like. You can let me know what videos I should do next, what decks I should try out next, or what decks I should try to duel against the Fire Kings and see how they work. You also see my decks being in the current progress to see how that's doing. And so then Guardianix can destroy anything with his set. Then he activated a spell card to special summon out himself a Gladiator Beast. But to my surprise, he just summons out the normal monster with no effect. So I thought, okay, maybe he's trying to go for some weird move. But then he summons out the level 3 Signature Attack Tiger one. Like, okay. He does them both and to go to that even weaker one with Strange Effect. And after that, okay, he destroyed Garunix. Didn't realize his effect, right? And I had the Baby Garunix in my hand for a defensive play. So many people hate this card. I get it. He's not aggressive and allows too many combos, but he's there for defense. In case they manage to use a card effect to try to OTK you, you can just activate Garunix effect. And somehow Baby Garunix. He activated an equip spell, which I thought, okay. Then he destroys my field spell, which will destroy my Baby Garunix, but that's not a big deal. And then he does this, something out his Mantra with the Gladiator Beast strategy, which I thought, okay, 24 in defense, maybe he's playing defensive, like, maybe he's thinking I'm just going to try to attack over him with a weaker monster. Again, so many people don't know this card, don't know Fire King's effect, which I see is why it's probably one of the reasons why so many people think they're not competitive or good. Not bad, they're very good, and they can be extremely competitive. You just gotta know their effect, not to use them right. I was wanting to go for the OTK, but I didn't know exactly what his face down was. So I decided just to summon out Garunix and attack, as you just saw. Now, he has 2 cards in hand and 1 face down. He has some plays he can do, but I wasn't too scared by next turn because if he does destroy him, I have, again, Baby Garunix for defensive moves, and he destroys my Battle Garunix with summon another monster, allowing me to do a whole loop. But he just surrendered, surprisingly. Then I was going against Kaiba. Obviously, I was going to go against Blue Eyes, because everyone who plays Kaiba is going to play Blue Eyes. I was super glad I wasn't going first. And I was hoping he would just, have a really good hand, because everyone wants to see a good match versus Blue Eyes versus Fire Kings, because that's a really fun matchup. Sad that I couldn't get one of those recorded for y'all. But this was still an interesting duel, as I was about to see. So he goes first, and on his turn, he decides to summon out Maiden, which would have been an awesome play. Well, if he had some back row, maybe Sage, so maybe he can do summon out Blue Eyes and do some good plays. But sadly, no. So I activate Islands. Islands effect destroy my Garunix. Add another Garunix. He's not gonna just summon Yaksha. And then when Garunix gets summoned to destroy Yaksha, Yaksha's effect destroying the other Garunix. And there you got a pretty good loop with two Garunix constantly destroying each other to do it. It's better with 3, but 2 does the job. As you see, now he's pretty much stuck in a loop. He summons out Sage. He uses Sage to add him Master with Eyes of Blue, which I thought, okay, you can do his cold play now, but sadly, no. So then I just summon out Garunix. Garunix destroys the field, summon out Yaksha, and then OTK him with 1800 attack points, going straight to his face with Yaksha. And then 2700 with Garunix. And with that, I sadly beat Blue Eyes. I really want a good match against Blue Eyes on a recorded match. Yeah, I'll see it eventually. Maybe next month, depending on how my duels go. Y'all see with version 2.0 of Fire Kings, because that would definitely go. Here's version 1. We run 3 Garunix, so that's a need, and then 2 of the Sacred Phoenix, 1 of the Baby Garunix, 3 Brong, because, Brong is pretty cool, 3 Yaksha, because again, that's a need. And then 2 Circle, which I saw Windows beta bad, so, version 2.0, we run 3. And then, of course, the 3 Island. Well, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment what you think of the video, and share the video and subscribe. See you on the next video, YouTube.